Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, back with another crypto video, and in this one I'm going to be discussing if Tron can actually make you a millionaire or not. So I'm going to be giving you guys $250 if we can hit 250 likes within 24 hours. So I really think we can hit that, so just be sure you press the like button to show some support. And I do want to say that this is not going to be any news or new info. We're just going to be talking about the Tron price for some people who are really interested in if it's really realistic for you to become a millionaire with Tron. We're going to give you some insights as to if it can really happen or not. I must also say that this is more like a live stream-ish video because I did not prepare many things beforehand. It's just going to be some talking and figuring it out once we go. So be prepared for that and enjoy. Alright, so yes, there's a few ways you can actually go about this, and we could calculate it with a certain amount of Tron every step along the way, but there's a few, I guess, mishaps to that and a few good sides to that. If you think about $1 million, there we go, $1 million, and you think about the price right now, you have to divide it by the amount. Gives you a 26.5 million Tron needed. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The screen is really small. I guess the screen is not small, just too far away to see. But yeah, you would need 26.5 million Tron to be considered a millionaire. So a person with, I guess, $1 million or above worth of Tron right now. I mean, personally, that's quite a high number. That's quite a lot of Tron that you would need to have right now. So that is kind of, cross-marked here because almost nobody that's watching this video will actually have that. So also, if you had that already, then you don't really have to watch this video because then it can make you a millionaire because you already got it. But we're, of course, going to be looking for gains, and really gains. That's what we're really hoping for. So one of the steps that I thought is like, okay, a lot of people say like, hey, 20 times gains, 100 times gains can really be done with Tron. And a lot of people said, $10 easy, $100 easy. Now, $100 is too far-fetched for me personally. I don't know if that can ever happen. And I never say never, but it's always, $100 is quite a far stretch. But we're going to be thinking of, $11 as a maximum for a few years to come. That's just what I'm thinking personally there. So if you have 100,000 Tron, that you would be good in a few years, and it could really make you a millionaire. But we're going to be looking at it in a second here. So what a lot of people also said, and what I noticed from a lot of other articles, is that people say like, hey, the average of bull runs for Ripple, BTC, and some of the other ones, for the top ones, is averaging 2,000% per bull run. And now this, of course, depends on how old the crypto is and how many bull runs it has seen and how far the latest one was, because that's the most important one, because that was, I guess, not the biggest one. For some it was, and price-wise, this was the biggest change for any coin right now. I guess for EOS that lies differently, but the rest. Alright, so if you take a look here, the exact maximum that it got to is 30 cents. Let's just zoom in to give you guys a clear idea. Here, now let's even zoom in further. Here you can see 30 cents exactly. And now that would still need roughly around 3.3 million Tron, which is still a ridiculously high amount, and a lot of people still would not have that, I assume. So just gonna get kind of, cross that on the list as well, because that's kind of hard to achieve either way. But if we consider this amount right here, so from where it is right now at 3.7 cents, which is still quite low, we can actually divide that by 2, because we already know that a price to 7.5 cents could really be done. With the small bull run, it could really happen quite fast. I mean, that's not that weird for it to happen. So we need about half the Tron, which is still 13.2 or 2.5 million. Still far too much. And now, what a lot of people said, or what I saw quite a lot, was that the average amount of gains during a bull run is around 2,000%. Now, this can always be miscatched, as a lot of people say it's higher or lower, because it's, of course, a weird average, and I can show you guys, but I don't have the thing in front of me right now, so I don't know where to grab the info from, but I just read it in one of my Ripple videos just now as well. And, yeah, if you just implement that to this, you can just divide it by 20 again. That would leave you around with 600,000 Tron, and now that is achievable to get. Because at the current price right now, that would be, let's do times this, that would be $25,000 exactly. I'm kind of scared that it was actually exactly right. It actually went extremely nice, but that means that from 25,000, you can make $1 million within that time frame. So, what was I saying here? Oh yeah, so exactly it's actually times 2 and then times 20. So of course it works out, but you guys get the idea. With the other numbers, it looks a little bit different, of course. But 25,000 is still a lot of money for a lot of people right now. And you would also consider that the price would have to go times 40 from where it is right now. And if we were to put that in, let's just do this times 40. that would bring it to $1.50, 51 cents. Still, people might think this is far-fetched. I don't think so. $1.05 might put this at, let's do the circulating supply here for some of the people that are wondering. Let's do it times circulating supply. Would bring it at 99.2. If you check out the coin market cap here, if nothing were to move and it were to stay as it is right now, that would put it at second, close second, even only $10 billion difference. But of course, if that coin, Tron here, were to do times 40, then we were going to assume that this one does times 50 or times something like that as well. Even though a lot of people said Tron would gain more than a lot of the other currencies will, we're going to say that this one would do times 40 as well, which will of course put it at a way, way different point here, which you should not even bring up here. Times 40, if you just do times 10, you're already at a crazy spot. I don't even know the name in English for that. Is that like a trillion or is this trillion? This is billion, right? Then you have trillion. Yeah, because this is, okay, so yeah, this is 109 billion and then it comes trillion, I think it is in English. I don't quite know for sure, but I'm just going to assume that it is. And what it would put it then is like a 1 in front of it, but of course it's going to be times 40, so it would have put a 4 in front of it. And that is of course when you see a lot of the institutional money flowing in, a lot more faith coming in, but that's going to happen when we see another bull run. And of course that's when the money flows in, that's when a lot of people start to have faith again and all blah blah yada yada. But Tron's not going to be the only one that's going to shine, and that's where a lot of people mistake, where they look at market cap only, which is one of the most crucial mistakes when you're looking at crypto price estimations. Even though you should never do a real price estimation, even though I'd like to do it sometimes, it's all just hypothetical and just for fun, because you're never correct. You can never actually pin it down exactly to a good date. You can be roughly close and you can have an idea or general trends following or ideas as to what it might go to, but you're never truly correct. I've never seen it happen before. You can really come close or have predictions, but never correct. So yeah, following our little thing right here, that would place Bitcoin at a crazy amount, and a lot of the other coins at a crazy amount as well, but your money would have gone times 40 and this would be so far up. And I mean, it would still probably be at around 6th place, because that is what, wait, I need to sneeze here. Can I sneeze? And I cannot. Okay, that was actually a bummer. I wanted to cut, but I know I didn't actually have to sneeze. I needed to sneeze, but I couldn't anyway. All right, so what Tron CEO Justin Sun said is that it would go to the 6th place here, and now 6th place would also put it at double, so literally just double this, just double price is 7.5 cents. But considering that we're in the future here, when the second bull run actually hits and actually goes through, we're gonna assume that this is all times, I don't even know, like times 10 at least, because that's quite doable when you find a second bull run like we saw with the first one. And we can actually estimate the Tron height. Actually, you would have to go to TradingView to just look at percentages, I believe. I don't think you can do it right over here, but you guys get the idea. We're just gonna see here from 0.002 to like 30 cents within how much? We can just look at a month actually here. Let's see, the highest top was at 5th of January. Let's see, the 5th of December was 0.002. Okay, now I have not seen a calculator in so long, so I have to think about, okay, so new, which is 0.3 minus old 0.002. So that would mean 15,000% gain, right? So it's like new min old divided by old times 100%. So that is in a month, 15,000% gain, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, please sure you just quote it in the comments below. Just tell me like, hey, you're a freaking scrub, you're an idiot. Just tell me why and just explain it for a little bit, so I can just like pin your comment and say like, yeah, you're superior. I'm sorry. Because yes, I said, it's all different when you're recording like this. It all just works out worse, really worse. Because I have to think in a different language, because I can't really speak out when I'm doing this kind of stuff, because I do it often in English, but it's still different when you're recording, because you gotta say it out loud and then everything becomes weird. But yeah, assuming that this could be done and even better, that's assuming, of course, and that's probably not gonna happen. That would give it times 149. The price, that's not going to happen, most likely, anytime soon. I mean, theoretically, over the longest period, it could happen, but here, to $5.59, that would not happen this year. That's not a price estimation for 2018, because a lot of people say, or I guess what I see a lot on, like, let's say BBC and the BitMEX founders and whatever, they all estimate it at 50, 60K, which would put it times 10. And still, Tron would then go times 10, which would put it at, 30 cents, 37 again, which is a little bit above its all-time high. Still like 10%, no, 33%-ish, 30% above its all-time high at 30 cents. it's still, I guess, a nice movement, but it's not the exact movement that it did before. But if it were to be at this exact price right there, then of course 1 million would already be a lot easier. Let's just get that out of the way. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 divided by number is, that would already leave you with 178,000 Tron that you would need, which is still doable. You know, that is still doable, and that is surely to happen. I mean, a price of $5.59, not that far-fetched for future. For right now, not achievable. 2018, never, no. I could just assure you that that will not happen. 5 months is way too short for something like that to happen. As right now, it's 3 cents, so that's not going to happen. But we're all going to have to be thinking about when a bull run hits. So right now, in this exact period, we're most likely not going to see 10 cents for maybe like months to come. Just depends on what BTC does. Keep that in the back of your head. That's really important here, because if this one doesn't do, you know, an extravagant percentage amount, like let's say 10% a day for a week, or at least something like that, for the alts to really catch up and go bloom as well, you will most likely not see this one bloom anytime soon. Just, that's really, I guess I cannot put it far enough under there. It's an understatement to say that BTC needs to grow before the rest can grow. It's just, it's so important that a lot of you guys forget that as well. And just to refer back to one of my earlier statements, is a lot of people say like, oh, you're an idiot, dude. According to market cap, that cannot work. You know, you're dumb. And I always just slap my head real quick. And I wanted to put in a meme here, but I'm not going to, because it's too much. You're not worth it. But yeah, because of this 65 billion amount that you can see right here, people say that it's not possible for this coin to ever become multiple dollars to $10 or anything like that, because you would literally, let's say it were to get $5, it would be that times this, you know, so it'd be an extravagant amount once again, and that would of course be above the one from BTC, right? Because this is 328 billion, and BTC is now at 109 billion. All right, now if we think back though, think back at the most bloomiest period of your life, the BTC all-time high. You know, I'm just gonna assume that that was one of the nicest moments of your life, because maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, depends on you. Think back at that exact moment. Let's look at the market cap for if you did not remember it. Let's zoom in here. Let's zoom into the highest, bloomiest period right here. All right, so $834 bazillion, right? So $834 billion was one of the all-time highs. Now think back about that, and think about how much BTC was at that exact moment. Let's actually look at the dominance for forever, like always. It was like 80%. So we're going to assume that it was a minimal of $400 billion, which I know it was. Here you can see it actually on January 8th, which is right here. Then it was around 300 billion. So of course it has fluctuated, but we're going to assume that it was the maximum it has ever gotten is roughly around 400. Let's say 350. You know, let's say 350. Let's actually say, yeah, 350 is fine enough. So that would just place Tron just underneath that. So that exact thing right there would place Tron just underneath BTC's all-time high. And that is for just a normal bull run. So if you were to place it at $5 Tron, which a lot of people say it's undoable, that's going to put it at exactly underneath this one, at second place then again. And that is if all the coins don't move from that exact moment, you know, from, let's go back to January. If all the coins don't move from that point upwards, ever, then that would be kind of crazy if Tron were to go there. And I'm not saying it's that much of a coin that it can go and replace Ethereum right now. No. This one's probably going to gain a lot more for the upcoming months and maybe years to come, because it's so grounded in and there's still so much to get out of this. So I'm not saying it can replace it yet or anything, and then it's going to become second place. I think it's actually not coming further than sixth place in quite a little bit, but that doesn't mean there's no options for it. And if you're not a supporter to say that this can actually get to 100 billion within some time, you know, this times 25 or something like that, then what the fuck are you doing? You know, this is really quite easy, and it can probably happen. It will probably happen, and it's really kind of crazy to think about it like that, that just something like Litecoin can actually hit $100 billion, but most likely it will happen. The top 5 will for sure hit it all. That's, of course, if you're an enthusiast there and say that the market will do good. It will be green after a certain while. You know, after rain, there will be a rainbow, or sun maybe, after clouds. And I just always see the clouds, or the sun behind the clouds, and I always think that it will happen. but there's always a little chance of it not pulling through. But theoretically, if you have anywhere above 100k Tron, then you should kind of be good for the years to come. For this year, we're going to do an estimate, and let's say, you know, like, if this one were to go times 10, then this one were to go times 10 as well. That's what a lot of people assume. So you're going to place it at around 40 cents, the maximum that it will get this year. Might be a little bit higher because this is, of course, a lower market cap, and a lot of people say, like, it can take over to the 6th position because Justin said so. So it will be around double, and then around times 10, something like that, which would then place it at around 70-ish cents for the end of the year. So 70 cents-ish on the end of the year would not make you a millionaire unless you have, let's see here, divided by 0.7 is roughly around 1.4 million Tron still. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Actually, no, for sure, but let's just count it anyway. 1.4 million Tron at the end of the year. If you probably want to get a millionaire, and of course, for any year to come, it's kind of hard to predict right now, but I think 100k and you'll be good for a few years to come. Though it just depends on the activities and what they do and what they reveal the 30th of July. It all depends on some of the activities and what the other coins are going to be doing. If you know, if this is considered a security, then a lot of stuff's going to happen. I think there'll actually be some bad days to come. If a lot of institutional money gets in, this one will do good. It will bloom. Most likely, it will do very, very well. And yeah, if Tron were to give something out, you know, if Justin were to say something crazy or give a lot of money away or just, you know, get in a fight with Ethereum in a bad way, that would actually influence it really badly. But maybe he fights Ethereum, I mean, Vitalik, and he wins, you know, like an argument or something like that. It could turn out very positive. You know, it just depends. But, guys, that was it for this video. It's just hypothetical. Once again, it's just some thinking out loud here and just some thoughts and fun. It's no informational, really, like, I don't think you could have gotten any informational stuff out of it. I actually wanted to read this little part right here, but we're going to do that in one of the next episodes, most likely. Right now, it's enough for Tron. It's enough for Tron. You know, you got your ideas. The P-Hub thing is also quite big. That could actually change it over the months to come as well, because there will be a lot more volume, most likely. I shouldn't actually say a lot, because it's not transactional. I mean, it's not exchange volume, you know, so it's not going to influence it directly like that. Like, not these amounts, but it's going to be a lot more flow. And, you know, it's really something to use it for. Even though Tron has use cases, some of the other coins, you shouldn't really ever, or you can't really use them, you know, for anything, literally. Like, there's a lot of coins who have no purpose, and, you know, all of the top-notch guys say, like, they will fade away because they have no purpose. But the more you can spend it on, literally as a currency, the more better it gets. And I guess since it is the platform and not really used as a currency that much, I think it will be fine. Even though it is a currency, both a currency and a platform, I think as currency, they have the high TPS and the what do they have again? The low transaction cost and the high TPS. I think from that standpoint, it can do very good. But I think as a platform, it can actually have a lot more success because the apps and the rewards that they're giving could also give it a significant boost later on. So I think they'll actually attract a lot of followers, a lot of people in the longer run. Maybe some people who have never heard about crypto are like, hey, you know, as a developer, I can actually earn quite a lot there. Or, hey, as yeah, maybe as a developer, I can learn a lot there. Or maybe switch over with the VM that they have with the virtual machine. They switch over from Ethereum to Tron because it supports Solidity that the Ethereum dApps are on. And they maybe just switch over to Tron then at a certain point, and that would also be very good for Tron. Again, increasing popularity, increasing all of that. They also now have a little bit of a giveaway on Binance, which also increases popularity, and they do everything to increase their popularity. So, yeah, it's really a coin that you can hodl onto really, really strongly. You don't have to watch your back. It can drop lower, though. You know, that's that has to be said as well, that it can drop lower to maybe like 2 cents. I don't think it will ever go lower than that anymore, but yeah, just keep in mind that it can drop a little bit lower, but most likely will not see a very lower bottom than 34 cents is what I assume here. But just depends on what BTC does. If this falls, that one's going to fall. It's just inevitable. Guys, that was it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you got a little bit of wisdom out of that. Be sure you check out the Discord. I can actually show you guys what it looks like. Let me just show you guys the chat room here. So we have the chat room that looks like this. There's a lot of just talking about anything in here, and I just recommend you guys to check it out. It's really worth it because why not? What do you have to lose to check it out? It's quite cool. So I recommend you guys to check it out, and be sure you follow me over at Twitter because of the giveaways over there. I can open that one as well. Can I do that real quick? Let's open up Twitter. Let's see if we can go to my profile real quick. And let's see here. Yeah, we have the $500 giveaway over here. So be sure you check that out and you know, retweet or tag your friend, and be done. Guys, thanks for watching. See you guys later.